Guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and I have a lot of things pulled out on my desk today. We're going to do a new little project. We're going to see how it works. The other day I purchased, well, I say the other day, it's been a while ago, I purchased some of these little plastic self-adhesive sleeves, and I got them way too big. I didn't even read the size, I guess. I just ordered. Sometimes I wonder about myself. But these they were supposed to be 5 by 6, and these are actually 7 1/4 by 5 1/2. So they're too big for me to make. Well, I could make an ephemera journal using them, but I would have to make it really wide. And when I make things really big, it's hard for me to use my hands to pick them up, since I have a little bit of problem with them. So I thought I would figure out something else to make with them. So we're going to do that today. Now, I made a little prototype just because I thought I will never figure out how to do that on camera. This is just some scrapbook paper, just pieces of scrap. I have a little pocket. I've got those smaller ones that I've had for a while. These are, and I'll link all these pockets below. They're very inexpensive, but they're very useful. These look like they are 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then I have these little long ones that I actually use for my stamps and things. And these are 4 3/4 by about 1. So we're going to use all 3 of them because I have a multiple of all of them. This is, and I know you can't see this. Let me find something that I can slide down in there so that you can see. Let me find something. There we go. This is the small one. This is this one. And guess what? If you have any of those rub-ons, let me grab this. These are the rub-ons that came with the AJ kit, I believe, some time ago. If you have any rub-ons, they work great on these little plastic sleeves. See that? And that's a rub-on. And they're stuck down. So we've got that one that we can put little cards or something like that in. And then we have this longer one that I'm going to put some stamps in, some vintage stamps. And then we have this big pocket, huge pocket here. Let's see if I can figure out something to stick in there. I know it's hard for you to see since it is clear, but see, got the big pocket there that we can put some good things in, big things. And then I've got a bigger pocket on the back. You know that I always send a pack of ephemera with all of my journals that I sell, and I have quite a few on order right now from different people. So I wanted to make I'm out of any kind of bag or anything that I can put the ephemera in, so I wanted to make something to send to them that had the extra ephemera and things that I like to give along with my journals. So I thought about making these. We'll have all kinds of room, and you could even put some on the back if you wanted. We'd have all kinds of room to put things in, and then we can decorate them up as we want. So let's see what we can do. Now, the thing is, you are going to have to use a pretty thick cardstock, because if you don't, it's going to be very flimsy. So I have got, this is, it's pretty thick. It's a scrapbook paper and it's pretty thick. I'm going to use some of this, and then I have a couple of pieces of that left that Melina gave me. I don't know if I'll use this one because I love those advertisements on it, but I have more. I do have more. Let's see. This one's got some postcards on there. We might use that. So just any scrapbook paper that you might have, or even cardstock. If you just want to use cardstock, you can always print something on the cardstock or stamp something on the cardstock. Lots of different ways that you can do this without having thick scrapbook paper like I do. But I'm going to use this, what I have in my stash, and it'll use it up. Now, we only need a piece of this that is as big as this, and then leave about 1 inch on either side, because I want to fold it around and put that back piece on. And then I like to leave about 1 inch on the bottom. So I'm going to do it like that right there, and then we'll trim. And I'll show you. Hopefully I can get it down right the first time. If I don't, we'll be in a pickle. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I would like for it to be kind of sort of straight. There we go. So we got that pocket down. Now I'm gonna grab my big scoreboard, because what I want to do is I want to score where I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to leave about, let's see, what did I leave on this one? I think I left about 2 inches maybe. 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to go up past where that glues down right there, and right there's the end of it. And leave just a little bit of room. Where is my... And you could just cut this off, but I'm just going to score it and then probably tear it. Okay, there is 1 inch. I think we'll go to about right there. Nothing has to be perfect, remember. And if you're OCD and you think, oh, I'm OCD, I've got to get it perfect, then by all means, do it. But I'm not. I mean, I am to a point, but I have learned to kind of let things go. Now, on these sides, we're going to score right at the end where we put that plastic down. Can you see that right there? So this one, I'm just going to, and if you do it like this and you don't feel that little groove, then just move it over a little bit. Move it over until you feel that groove. Gotta feel the groove. No, I'm not going to sing for you. Okay. There we go. And then the same thing. Well, let's see. We're gonna cut some of this off too. So I'm gonna go ahead. I like to score it and tear it. It's just easy for me. I think I'm just gonna do a 1/2 inch. I don't think we need a full inch. And if I score it nice and deep, I can just fold it and tear it. There we go. That's going to be folded around anyway. Then on the bottom, we need to do the same thing. Find you a little groove. Find your groove. And then just score it. You don't have to score this deep. I'm just pressing on it kind of hard because it's not wanting to score. I don't think I have it in the groove. There we go. And then on the side, we're going to do the same thing. Right there. Okay. Now we're going to set that down. Then we're going to do some folding. Now I don't particularly like the inside of this, but that's going to be on the inside, so it's not going to matter. Now if you don't have double-sided paper, that's fine. You don't need double-sided paper. So we're going to cut these little corners off. Just round them just like you was making a little journal or something like that. Okay, and those are going to actually go down just like, whoops, come on, get under there, that. So we're going to cut another piece and glue it right here. That's going to make our inside pocket. We can do this one. That will go with it. And I'm leaving the little hole in there. I just think it's interesting. We might even hang a charm or something from that little hole. Who knows what we'll do. I'm just leaving it in there. So I'm just going to mark where I want to cut this one off. Right there. I know you've never seen such silly stuff done by anybody as you have me, right? Right there. Now we're going to need our big trimmer. You know I like unusual. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to make that so loud. I like unusual. I like different. I like trying to come up with different ideas of things. And I was sitting here and I thought, man, what am I going to do? I don't want to do the same old, and so this came to my mind when I saw those little pouches. Now, we are going to use today's freebie, and I will, somewhere under this pile, I do have that freebie printed off. Where it might, there it is. We are going to use that freebie. Okay, this looks awful small. I'm hoping it's going to work. Maybe I didn't cut it wrong. You know, I'm real good about choosing the wrong line to cut on. Now I am going to put this down with some glue stick because I may need to move it a little bit. And with my art glitter glue, there is no moving. There is no moving. So we're going to try to put glue stick on here. All right. Then we'll take this piece and just try to line it up as the best you can. I cut it a little bit smaller because I didn't want it hanging over the edges. And because we have all of that folded over. That should work right there. Now, let's see if we can press that down real well. Okay, there we go. That's our inside. I like that. I should have turned the music on the outside, but I like that, actually. Okay, now we're going to put one of these on the front. Let's see, let me find the right way up. It's got a little spot on it. And I think I'll put this one on this side. So there's another little pocket. Now I want to put one of these little straight ones on there, but I tell you, they're hard for me to see how to get straight across, so I'm going to use my T-square ruler. Make sure that I got it the right way up. Oops. Then I'm just going to lay it where my T-square ruler is and press it down. And there we have a pocket here with, you can put stamps in, and a little pocket here. You could always make these smaller. You don't have to make them this big. And like I said, you can do the back if you want. I'm just going to do the front since I've got such large pockets to fill already. And then I went ahead and just used my pinking shears to cut the top. You don't have to do that. You can do something else around the top. Cut it like a tag. Do whatever you want. I just thought I would do that. Kind of liked that look. Right, we're going to put a little ink on this. And then we're going to decorate it some. And I had some questions when I showed Presley's digital last night. I had some questions as to where is your granddaughter's digital? Where is her website? Her digitals are on our website. So if you just go to scrapbookingwithme.com, which is always linked below, her digitals are there. We share the same website. Okay, now let's do a little bit of embellishing, and then we'll try to stuff some pockets. I don't know how many of these I'll get stuffed today because, you know me, I like to decorate more than I like to stuff. So I tell you what we're going to do. On this one, we're going to put this sunflower and this little bumblebee. Let's see, make sure that we get both of them on there. I'm going to use my little tool here. This is our stylus pack. This is the medium one. Oh, look at me. You got to take that off, Edith. Okay, I left that in there. I hope y'all enjoyed it. La, some days you just have to wonder about me, don't you? I'm just going to go ahead even on the paper part up here and put that other down. I was wondering why it was not sticking and it was sliding around. Well, you know, you got to take that backing off. These stylists work really good. They tend to smash it down like you want it. Or at least the other one did. Let's see if this one works. So what I do is just start kind of peeling it up, and you can tell if anything is not actually going on there, that it's actually going on the plastic better than it's going on the paper. Isn't that something? Oh, that's cute. It's a little splattered. Isn't that cute? It just looks like it's a little splattered sunflower with a bee after it. Let me see if I can find something to put in there so that you can see it a little bit better. If I can find anything, I tell you, I've got a ton of things on my desk and nothing that I can pick up. There we go. See that? Let's do it this way. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. There. Isn't that cute? And it's down. It just feels like part of the plastic now. That's cute. Now we're going to put some little something over here. I'm not going to put a ton on these because, you know, I want the person who gets it to be able to do whatever they want with it. So that, therefore, I'm not going to fill it up with embellishments. But, oh, I like that red and yellow there. But we'll put a few little pieces on here. You know, things look so much better when you put them the right way up, don't they? What about we use twigs? Let's just use that. That's one of my digitals. And I don't think I'll put anything right there. The stamp, I want the stamps to show through really well, so I don't think I'll put anything there. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to put this on with. I'm going to put this on with our score tape, because I know that score tape will stick to plastic. Let's see. Let's go ahead and ink this first. And this is just double-sided adhesive. This is a SWME brand. It's the only brand I will use. I don't like the off brands because they don't hold. Well, to me, they don't hold. Other people may have a good result with them, but I don't. So I've always just used SWME. This is, as a matter of fact, just to give you a little trivia, this SWME score tape was one of the very first things that I ever started selling when I was starting out in crafting. Very first. See how good that holds? I got to be friends with the company owner, and I said, you know, I'm thinking about starting a business and I'd like to have something to sell. And he said, well, why don't you sell our score tape? We'd love to have you. I said, well, I don't know too much about it, but I'll try it. And he sent me a little packet for me to try, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I messaged him back and I said, I will take it. I will sell your score tape. And I have been selling it ever since. That was in 2005, I believe. Only kind I carry. There we go. I like that. Okay. So that's cute. Now, let's go ahead and find a few things to put in here. Now, I've got all kinds of goodies pulled out here. So, who knows what we'll put in. I am going to put one of these letters in. And a lot of this I don't have trimmed out. I may have to trim it or tear it. So, have to bear with me a minute. I may just cut the parts out where I'm just tearing and trimming, so you don't have to watch that. It's like watching paint dry, isn't it? And I'm going to include a few pieces of our digital. Now, I'm not making anything with the digital today because you guys know how to use these digitals by now. This is ephemera, so you know how to use your ephemera and how you want to use it. So I think I am just going to insert it in this pocket and use it that way. Okay, we're going to start stuffing this, because if I don't, I'm just going to have a big pile on my desk and I won't be able to do anything or see anything. I've got quite a few things pulled out. Some of them I had to trim around. That's why I've kind of set everything to the side. We're going to start with putting some stamps in here. Now, these are some vintage stamps that I got from a sweet friend of mine last year. Her daughter sold on eBay and sold vintage stamps, and she sent me a bundle of them, and I just love them. So there's one there. And I know someone said, don't put the stamps down until you check and see if they're worth anything. Some stamps are worth a lot of money. Well, I don't even know where to check or anything like that. So if you get some of these, if you want to check and see if they're worth money, go for it. Some of them may be. Who knows? That's actually a little Christmas one, but we're going to put that there. These are just stamps from all over the world. Everywhere. That one, let's see. Magyar Postal? I don't know. I can't read them. I don't know that one either. I can't read that one either. So I'll fill this up with some goodies here. That'll be the stamps, the vintage stamps. Let's see. Let's find some different colors down in here. There is, I got quite a few of these. These come off of a package, as you can see. I don't know who this is. This is the Republic of Argentina, and it's got some guy on there. I don't know. Maybe it's their president, or if they have presidents. I don't know. I'm not as up in the world as on all this stuff as I probably should be. Here's a nice teal one. Let's stick that one in there too. So that's a good supply of stamps there, like that. Now we need to, oh, here's another one. It just fell out. So let's go ahead and stuff it in there. There we go. Let's see. Let's put some of these bigger things in the back pocket. Here's one of our vintage ledgers. I think these are from 1776, if I'm not mistaken. These are the digitals. Of course, I have the originals. I'm going to fold it, but I'm folding it very carefully and not really, putting a hard crease in there. So you'll still be able to use it if you want. And you may be like me. You might like to cut them up anyway. Some of this, let's see, that may not have to fold. No, I won't have to fold that one. And then this little piece. And let's see, these might go in here. I haven't trimmed around that one. I may let the person that gets it trim around it. If it goes in here, yeah. Let's just put some of these in here. Sorry, if you get this bundle, you can trim around this one. These are little pieces of ephemera that I have in my stash that I'm sharing with you. I think I like that picture right there. So it looks like she's ready to go out on the town. There is some vintage book page, and this feels like rag paper. I don't know if it is, but it feels like it. And then these are very special. These are special to me anyway. Years ago when I started my company, we didn't have a website. We sold everything on Facebook, on a Facebook private group. So I had to go in every morning and find the orders where people had said, I want one of these. And I wrote them down on these invoices, these very invoices. So these were my invoices from way, like 2005, a long time ago. So I'm sending you copies of those. Now, this is a very fragile music page. It is handwritten. Chanel and Wild. I can't read the rest of it. It's in a different Miss and I don't know. It's in a different language. But anyway, I'm not going to fold it because it's going to crack. but I'm just going to fix it where I can put it in here without it sticking out too far. So we'll put that right there. There's a couple other pieces we can stick in here. I think I'm going to let her be the focal point on that. This is from a very old vintage notebook. And then I'm going to put just some odds and ends in there. These are just scrap pieces that come out of my stash that are just fun to use, fun to play with when you're putting together, you know, your ephemera packs, or when you're just making cards and tags and things like that. So I always drag out all of my little pieces like that and use those. So we'll stuff some of these down in there. And then I love that piece right there. That's one of my favorites. Oops. One of my favorites. And there's a part of a Europe map. Put that in there. Let's see, not that. Okay, this is some of that deli paper that I stamped and made the faux Tim Holtz thing. This is not tissue paper, it's deli paper. And I stamped that, so let's see if we can get that in there without it bending. Yep. This is from a very old vintage book. It had a little bit of inking and stuff on there, but you could probably cut that off if you wanted to use it. John Duke of Marlborough. Got some pictures on it. This is a piece of straw paper that came from Italy. Let's see, I need to put that in the back. I'll let you see how these look in there in just a minute. I'm trying to layer them best I can. Okay. And then this is a very old vintage, like, advertisement. There's another one. These are very fragile too. And then that's another one of our handwritten letters, and this is from October the 23rd, 1850. I think it says 18 or maybe 1750. That is one of our digitals. I just kind of layer them up so that when they get it, they can see what they got kind of at a glance. And then we're going to put some of that some of our freebies in here. So there's that and that. That piece was a freebie. And then this invoice, another freebie. Oh, I've still got more to go. And then we'll put a few of these in there. Let's put these two. And I think I'll put those behind. I still wanted to see her face there, so I'll just tuck those there. And then this is some of that green paper that I actually got years ago. And it's not green anymore. I have let it sit out in our shop, and the sun has colored it, but it's still so much fun to use. Listen, oh, I love that crinkle. So I'm going to put some of that in there. And let's pull a little bit back out so that we can see what we got here. There we go. So there is a nice little pocket of ephemera to go with one of my journals. I absolutely love it. I would love to get this. I think I'll keep it. No, not really. I'm not going to keep it. But that is it. And like I said, you can go ahead and put pockets on the back if you want. I may stuff more things in here. Who knows what I'll do before I let this go anywhere. Let's see. Hold on. I've got another little page right here that I can put in there. Well, let's put it up here. Just more vintage pages. What about one with bears on it? That's cute. All right. So that is it. Isn't that cute? And you can continue to decorate if you want to. I think I'll leave this one as is, and then I'll just put the journal on top of it, and I put both of them in a bag and seal them up, and then we package them up and they're shipped off to the person who purchased the journal. I absolutely love it. I think we'll make one more, And then I think you guys will have the hang of how they're made. So that'll give me 3 to go with some of the journals that I've got going, because I've got like, oh, I got a bunch. I got a bunch to go out. But anyway, we will get some of these out. Let me get some things together and we'll make one more. We're going to make one more. And that will give me 3. I'm going to use this paper. Love that music page behind this. And hopefully I've got it straight, because once you put these down, they're there. That will work. Now let's go ahead and I think I'm just going to put it in my trimmer and trim it first, instead of doing my scoring first. I think we'll trim it about right there, right above that song title. Okay. Then we'll trim this off, and I may include that in the little package. Yeah, we'll put that in the package. Now I'm going to score it, because if I don't score it, guess what? I can't fold it straight. So we're going to score right down the side. Right at the bottom. And then, let's see, right there. And we'll go ahead and trim off the corners. I'm just throwing them over there to the side. Take our bone folder and press that down. We do have more of these bone folders. I had someone ask, did we have any more of the odd shaped bone folders in? Yes, we do. Unless they've sold today. We had some yesterday. I haven't looked today. Okay, there is that. Let's go ahead and put our smaller pockets on here. Now this is a little bit different pocket. This is expandable. It actually opens up wider. I'm going to put it on here. I may want to stuff a few more things in there. There we go. Let's get our T-square ruler, because I'll have to have it to put this other one on. If I forget to link these little pockets below, you guys let me know. You know me and links. Sometimes I forget all about what I'm doing. Alright. Now, do we want to put... oh, let's put this duck on there. What about that? What about a duck? Let's just put him on there. Take the backing off, Edith. Now, I haven't tried one on this plastic, but it should work the same. This has got a few more lumps and bumps in it, but we're hoping that it works the same. Okay. Just start peeling and see what you got left. You can always lay it back down and then press it on down again. Usually when you have it pressed down enough, it'll kind of turn loose. The top part will kind of turn loose on its own. Like that did. There we go. Look at that little ducky. Let's find something to put in there. I know you can't see that. This is way too big, Edith. You can't put something in there that's too big. Maybe this. Yes, that will fit. Let's put the back side of it so you can see the ducky. See the ducky? I know, I'm crazy. Okay, let's do the back side. What are we going to cover the back with? Does anybody know? Let's find another piece of paper. Maybe this one. It's got all types of vintage manuscripts and things on there. Let's do that for the top. The inside's just plain. Let's grab Big Mama trimmer. I'm gonna have to cut it this way first. Oh, I cut my mark off. Oh, here, Edith, the wrong piece. There we go. And I'll just stuff that down in there too. Okay, that'll work right there. Now, let's see, let's use some Barely Art. We can still move Barely Arts just a little bit. I just don't want to have to get a piece of paper to do that glue stick right this minute. This will work. Okay. I'm going to put the hole at the top. And I may hang some little charms from those holes. So you can still move the Barely Arts a little bit around, but until you press it down. Then once you press it down, it's there. But we can move it for a little while. Okay, let's make, I think I got a little piece right here. It's not stuck down well. Looks good. I think that's good to go. My corners, of course. I'm bad about not getting my corners sometimes. So I always go back and check in my journals to make sure that I have glued the corners down. Okay, there we go. Now it's all glued down. There's the inside. Nice big pocket. So let's go ahead and choose some stamps to go in here. That one's very colorful. See if we can flip some of these up and get some of them from the bottom. That one is cute. It's a Christmas one, but it'll be Christmas again sometime. And some of these came out of an old vintage stamp collector's book that was gifted to me. Uh-oh, upside down. There's a United States one. Okay, let's see what these say. I don't know what these say. Oh, this is a Louisiana one. I think some of these are states. There's Louisiana. See what we can find a different one in here. There is the Homestead Act. I don't know what that is. I guess it was back when Homestead was happening. There's a Canada. Don't we wish we could ship letters for these prices now? 5 cents. That's a pretty Christmas one. We'll stick that one in there. And 1 or 2 more, and I think we'll be good. There's a cute purple one. United States Security Education, something another. Can't read it all. All right, there we go. Whoops. Well, you know, that one shot out of there, so guess what? It gets put in there. And then this very old one shot out, so it gets put in there. Okay. Now let's fill some of these pockets. Now I've got a bunch of things already pulled out. I do need to cut that on the top, don't I? I don't need to, but I want to. Well, I tried not to cut that title of that song off, but I did anyway. Okay, so these, I think, will go in here. Yes. That will be in the back. That should go in here. That will go in the back, and that might go down in there. This is a very old vintage grocery store receipt. Oh, go in there. I know you got plenty of room. That's just very fragile. I don't want to press it. It's just some scraps, and there's some book pages. There's that piece. These little pieces. Stick that there. And then these old little book pages. Advertisement pages, we'll put them here. My green paper, my invoices. Let's just go ahead and start putting these in the back, or I'll never get finished. Okay. See if I can layer them a little bit. If not, we'll just put them in there and let them go. I think I can. There we go. Gonna give them some of my scraps that they can use on whatever. I love these little pieces of scraps. If you guys see, you know that I pull them out every time I start to do tags or pockets or anything. And then some more ephemera pieces. Put this up here. This is a piece of acetate that has imprints on it. I didn't do the imprinting. I don't know who did. I think that was in a packet that I bought one time. Not that. Okay, this. Here. Right there. I have to fold this one. And just very easily crease it, so that they can still use it if they want. Opened up, that is. I mean, it can still be used, but I'm talking about opening it up and using it. And then a piece of straw paper. Let's see, maybe that'll go in the back. I don't have to fold it. Yep. This is a couple of pieces of that vintage notebook paper. Some of my stamped deli paper. Ooh, I kept trying to say tissue paper, but it's not tissue paper. And then a couple of mount pages. I'll stick those in there. And then another piece of that very, very old vintage handwritten music paper. Okay, let's do it like that. I love these. I like making things like this, making little gifts for other people. Now, if you don't do journals and you just, give happy mail or want to give happy mail, this is just something that you can do. You can do something like this, make up little packets, wrap them up, and send them out to family and friends, things like that. Now, I haven't put a label or anything on here. Let's go ahead and grab a little label to put on. I'm not going to have a lot of room because I'll put that one there because I have stuffed it full. We can just put this little blue one up here and it'll pull that blue from there. Let's do that. And these pieces can be pulled off and reused if you want to, the person who receives this. Because this being on plastic, you should be able to just pull it right up and use it. It won't fall off, but you can pull it off. Oh, that says a gingerbread boy. There we go. So there is that one. And then let's grab this one. I think I'm going to have to put a little bit more in this one. I think I feel this one fuller. And then I have this one that I just need to stuff. So there it is, guys. That's today's project. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I didn't use all of the freebie for today, but you guys know what to do with that freebie. I did add a few pieces of it in here. And we will talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.